Welcome back to another video. This is day 2 of ROVER, kind of almost technically day 3 now of ROVER. I did my first video I showed y'all 2 days ago, kind of about ROVER. This is a new project for me. I know some of y'all have been in for a while. Some of y'all, this is new. It's still a fairly new project. It has been around for some time, but it's really just going to TGE mainnet, whatever you want to call it. And Helium Deploy actually had a drop a while back of ROVER tarantulas, and he sold out. Today is Saturday, June 14th. Yesterday, there was actually another drop of tarantulas, and those have been selling. People have been using my code. Thank you very much. For those who are interested in saving 10%, before we go any further, here is the code right here. So this is just going to be a very short video. I'm actually packing for my, I call it the Griswold family trip, but a 20-hour drive to Washington, D.C. That's going to be our family vacation, and we're supposed to be leaving in an hour, but I wanted to get this video done for y'all. So it's going to be a cool trip, but before we go any further, talk about any of that, please just do one thing, the usual. Please just take 1 second right now, reach down, hit that thumbs up button. That helps out ROVER and helps out everything I have tagged in this description below, which is a lot of other projects also. So do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So Thursday, I did a full video, a little bit longer video, and you can go check that. I'll have it linked at the end of this video. But that was more or less about ROVER, what it's about, what they're trying to do with, more accurate mapping, real-time stuff that's going on roads and different things like that. And the biggest news for a lot of my followers, including me, was their recent collaboration that they did with GeoNet. Right here, there's an article that talks about how ROVER just recently, this was 2 months ago, raised 2.6 million seed round, co-led by Borderless Capital and GeoNet. In this article, and I'll try to remember the link in the description below, ROVER Network announced at the close of its 2.6 million seed funding round, co-led by Borderless Capital and GeoNet, with additional participation from IoTex. And it goes on, and then they also talk about what, different things also. But they do have this video also if you want to go look at it. A lot of us are really big into GeoNet. I know I'm running 2 stations myself, but that's a very established project that has customers and a good real world type of project that's going on. ROVER, now, I don't know, call it partnering with them, collaborating with them, but now working hand in hand with them, with GeoNet working hand in hand with ROVER. That also legitimizes, to me, the ROVER project. Again, none of this is financial advice. We don't know what's going to happen when any of these projects come tomorrow, but it's still part of our research, makes us believe that, we should feel pretty decent about ROVER, really good about ROVER. I'm going to be running this entire trip, and I got some video right here of me yesterday driving down 2 hours to Grand Isle to work on some networking for a buddy, and also working on my WB200 wing bit station deployed right on the coast. And I ran ROVER the whole time. So we're going to take a look at that and see how that went. All right, so on this truck right here, you have to watch, because this right here is maybe aluminum, because this will not stick on here. So it definitely sticks on here. And I'm gonna put it on this top rib right here, because I don't want it in this lower part, because I don't think it's gonna seal good. And not only that, I want it as raised as much as possible. This is a wider rib, but this USB cord is not really the longest in the world. So I don't know how I'm gonna run it. So I'm gonna keep it for right here. I'm putting this right here. I'm gonna run this wire inside and power it up. All right, so it's powered up. All right, I got the app open, and I'm gonna hit quick connect. Connecting device. Data's parsing. Device verification. RTT connection. And I'm connected now. Start collection. ROVER would like to access my camera And here's my little heads-up display, which I think is cool as hell because it reminds me of a fighter pilot. And that's it. We're now going down the road and I guess mining rover, if that's what you want to call it. You can see it says I have a wonderful satellite signal. We'll be on top of the roof. 3.2 kilometers so far, and I'm headed in the right direction, hopefully. And so we're on the way. So I'll check back in a little bit and see how this is going so far. For those WB200 wing bits, folks, here it is overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. And then when you're done driving and all that, I got 201 kilometers today on my trip. Just say that you want to exit, and that's it. And it brings you back here. I don't have any kind of rewards yet because those get dumped like a certain time. I don't know exactly what the time frame is on that, and I don't have anything for settlement yet because it's not been settled. So we'll have to wait to see what that drop is. But again, at what the token price is, with me driving those 200 or so kilometers or whatever it was, what I had 201. That's 201 times what 1.6. That's how many tokens I'm gonna get, and the token is worth almost a penny. So you're looking at what, $2.60 maybe for 1 day of driving. I don't think that's that bad. All right, and here it is in the back of my wife's vehicle, getting ready for our trip. It's in the little power outlet in the back with a cigarette lighter converter, and here it is on top of the car. And let me tell y'all, she absolutely loves it. So there's that. I got 201, I think it was 201 kilometers or something like that. So when you look at 201 times 1.6, because you're getting 1.6 rover for every kilometer with the Tarantula. What's amazing is when you get that light cone, that's going to be 16. So we're going to check the math on that. But for right now, we're at 0.009 cent, almost a penny on the rover token, which for a 10 billion market cap, 10 billion total supply is not that bad. So again, we're going to take our 321, come down here. So yesterday on my trip back from this fishing camp, setting up that wing bits device and also helping somebody else, a business down the street, with some networking stuff, I made $3 in 1 day from riding around. Look, I've had some people who made these comments about, man, we're already too late and stuff like that. $3 a day, and that's just one trip. This was 5 days ago. Today's the 14th. Yeah, so 5 days ago on Monday, I do my video. You'll need to catch it. It won't be this Monday because I'll be on my vacation. But of my top products right now. So right now with Rover, if you put Rover in at $3, which is what I made in that 1 day. Now, again, it matters how much you drive. It also matters if you're on the new roads. But I showed you on the map the other day. It does not have a lot of roads that are mapped other than main highways. So this is already going to be number 4 out of my projects. Again, depending on how much you drive. If the price stays the same. What's crazy is, let's say I did that same trip, 200 kilometers. But if I did 200 kilometers times 16, because you're getting 16 rover for every kilometer with the light cone, that's 3,200. So that trip yesterday would have got me close to $30. Close to $30. $30 for one trip. So, and then if you figure, if you do trips around that same amount of time, I think that light cone's going for like $4,000, maybe something like that. $133 days to pay off, which is not bad compared looking at some of these other projects. 4 months, 4.5 months. Again, it also matters how you drive. If you take multiple 2 and 3 hour trips a day, that's what that was yesterday. That was about 2.5 hours of driving. I started at about almost 3/4 of the way when I was in there because I was on the phone a lot doing some work stuff. I took vacation from work to go do that stuff. So I had to get a lot of things done. And then the last 30 minutes of my drive, 2 hours going, is when I set it up and started that video. And then 2 hours drive back. So that's about 2.5 hours drive of what you see right there. My drive today, I'm driving a little over 8 hours right now. When we leave here in a little while, then I'm driving 8 hours into Washington, D.C. tomorrow. Then we're driving Philadelphia, New York, possibly Boston, and man, that's how we're going and how we fit in some different things we're doing. And I'm driving that 20 hours back, not straight again, but still 20 hours back. And that's all going to be kilometers that I'm putting on Rover. So people saying we might be late. This project is really just kicking off and getting started. Again, that's just financial advice. Do your own research and all that stuff like that. But compared to what we're doing some of these other projects, I think you might be doing well. You go back and look at just so I can just kind of cover what I'm going like on this trip. I'm going to I got my entropy miners passively mining at home, 5 of them. No, I'm sorry. I'm up to 6 now. 6. 3 of those are the Ashland miners. So, I got Chirp and then GeoNet, but I'm gonna have Rover with me on this rod, Nadix with me on this rod, Silencio every time we stop anywhere and do anything. I'm gonna have Sword Chain going on this rod and Demo going on this rod. Also, 375 AI is also running on one of my phones, and I'm gonna have Chirp Cage running on this phone the whole way. So we have a lot of stuff rolling. We're gonna look like a spaceship going through there. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. So again, Helium Deploy is the place to be for this. This went on sale for yesterday, so there's no telling how many they had left. It's still only a limited number. But what's cool about this right now is when you pre-order this bundle is also coming with a phone mount free of charge. I just had to go buy one from Amazon. So, and I probably need another one for all these other phones I got. You're getting one with this bundle for no extra charge. So, this also says you're getting 500 Rover tokens included with your purchase, airdropped at a later date. Hell, that's at today's price. That's $5 also back right there. So, with my discount of 10% off, you're looking at saving close to $25 by the time this is done. My code's going to save you $19.99 because 10%, so you just say 20, and then about $5, depending on what the token is by the time they drop it or anything like that. So that's what you're getting. You're getting phone mount, 500 Rover tokens, and that using my code GrumpyDad56. There's a link to this device in my description below, and it's also my codes in this also. Also, this is the light cone that I was telling you about, the $4,300. So you can use my code on this also, but this is not even being sold yet. Of course, there will be a video when this gets close. They said mid-June. We're in mid-June now, so I'm expecting this kind of soon. I'd like to be able to get my hands on one. I can't promise you I will, but I'd like to try to get my hands on one because these things are big. If you go back on the video and see it, be prepared that these things are way bigger than what they appear. So, it's you look like something like a spaceship or something like that. But when you look at what you're making a day, I just showed y'all a 2 hour, a little over 2 hour drive with that one's going to be $30 at today's pricing. Not financial advice. We don't know what's going to happen. Do your own research, all that usual spiel. But that's just what today's facts are right now using those numbers. So it looks like it's going to be a positive thing. So that's it. Again, use the code. I appreciate all the support that y'all have given me. We did very well, and I got to go start mounting all these phones and stuff in the car, finish packing, and we got a long trip ahead of us. So I'm going to try to drop some shorts throughout the week. I'll try to drop maybe a video or two if something's going on in the crypto world, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping to go and visit Capitol Hill in the White House, or the Capitol Hill. Maybe I'll tell some senators about, crypto projects and stuff like that and tell them to get on board. We'll see. But as usual, thank y'all for the support. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And make sure that y'all really relax and take the day off and You know, don't do too much barbecuing and cooking and stuff like that. Y'all try to relax. So thank y'all very much. See y'all in the next video.